following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening and welcome back to Wellsville 33rd Annual Top Gun Tournament. It is semifinal night for the Baldwin Bulldogs and the Spring Hill Broncos here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. We welcome the Spring Hill crowd tuning in tonight, simulcast over on the Spring Hill Sports Live channel as well. You get the Baldwin crew for you tonight, but hope you enjoyed the broadcast here tonight as we have a great semifinal on tap, a rematch from back in December that was all Broncos the first time these two teams met, but this time around the Bulldogs of Baldwin come in playing their best basketball of the year at this point in time, while Spring Hill, they could say the same. 6 of 7 the Broncos have won. The Bulldogs have won their last 3, both with relatively easy victories in their opening round game of this tournament. Baldwin winning 55-28 over Jefferson West. Spring Hill cruising past Wellsville 84-28 with a Top Gun tournament record tying 84 points put up in that game, matching the 84-point effort that Ottawa had against Bonner Springs back in 1996. So it was big nights and opening night of this tournament for both teams, and now a date with Topeka Hayden waits in the championship as the Hayden Catholic Wildcats, they just punched their ticket to the championship for the second straight year with a 47-40 victory over previously undefeated Nemaha Central. Nemaha Central falling for the first time now 11-1 this year. Hayden 8-4. They'll await the winner of this one in the title game on Saturday. Last year it was Spring Hill against Hayden in the championship. Spring Hill winning that Top Gun championship a year ago. So the Broncos looking for back-to-back tournament titles. If they're to get it, they're not only going to have to get past the Bulldogs for a second time this year, but they'll have to take down Hayden in the title game for the second straight year as well. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. More to come right after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank, the Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. Second matchup this year between Baldwin and Spring Hill. Ryan Hilmer and Bryce Kessler here with you on the call for this semifinal. Ryan, you had the call to this matchup the first time these two teams played, and there's really no other way to put it. It was all Spring Hill that night in Spring Hill, a 55-17 victory back on December 16th. About everything that could go wrong did go wrong for Baldwin, and Spring Hill, they played a good game, taking advantage of the troubles that Baldwin was having en route to that big victory.
Yeah, I think it was kind of an unrecognizable game from the Bulldogs that night. Just came out, couldn't really do anything offensively, was really stagnant, only scored 17 points like you mentioned there, and you do that against a really, really good team like Spring Hill. I mean, we saw them in the second game the other night, and they really, like you mentioned, they scored 84 points. They've been flying offensively. Both of these teams have been shooting the lights out, really. So I think tonight we're going to have a pretty intriguing matchup. Hopefully Baldwin comes out and shoots the ball a little bit better than they did in that first matchup back in December. But I think if they do that, Baldwin can play with anybody, even a good team like Spring Hill. So we'll see how they come out tonight. They need a hot start, though.
18 turnovers, just 5 shots made in that first game for Baldwin. And you mentioned Spring Hill coming in playing well. They've won 6 of their last 7, including that big win over Wellsville. And 10 different girls scored in that game as well, which, of course, when you have a blowout of that variety, lots of girls are going to get a chance to get on the floor. But even before it got into real blowout territory, they were still getting lots of contributions. They were led by, of course, Jenna Weber, who is their leader throughout, and she had a big game, 28 points. She had 18 against Baldwin in the first matchup, and Sydney Busher was excellent in the first-round win over Wellsville, 21 points for her in that victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the two girls I think that Baldwin's really going to have to key in on tonight and not let Jenna Weber have as hot of a start as she had the other night. She had 8 points just right out of the bat and was hot shooting, had a couple threes right out of the gate, and then also came out in the second half and kept on fire. And so they're going to have to keep them in check tonight. Busher got a lot of her points in transition, so I think that's going to be one of the big keys for Baldwin is just getting back in transition and playing good quality defense.
Baldwin, they lead this series 21-12 over the last now 15-plus years, but it's been Spring Hill as of late. Baldwin has won 16 of the last 19, but won earlier this year, and then, of course, last year Spring Hill got the better of the Bulldogs as well. So Spring Hill looking to get back to the title game of this Top Gun tournament for the second straight year. They have overall in their time coming here to Wellsville, they have made 6 championship game appearances with 3 titles, back-to-back titles in 2010 and 2011. And, of course, last year, Baldwin, they have made it to the championship game half of the time. 16 out of the 32 years of this tournament, Baldwin has been in the title game with 9 championships, the most of any team in this tournament's history, but they have not won one since 2019. That's the last time they played in that championship as well. So we'll see who gets to that title game to take on Hayden. More of the Baldwin State Bank pregame show coming your way right after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. When you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144. For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, getting you set for this semifinal of the 33rd annual Top Gun tournament between top seed Spring Hill and the number 4 seed, the Baldwin Bulldogs, and in the championship already, Topeka Hayden and Nemaha Central will await the loser of this game in the third place contest. Well, Baldwin's coming in off of 3 consecutive victories, a 55-28 win over Jefferson West. It was a comfortable victory in that first game of this tournament. A huge game from Marin Frost, who tied the single-game 3-point record at this tournament, and it's now a 4-way tie with that record, and it's all Bulldogs, if you can believe it or not, including Marin's older sister, Macy Frost, who knocked down 6 threes in a game here at the Top Gun tournament back in 2019. Riley Smith just a year ago did it against Topeka Hayden for the Bulldogs, and Kelsey Verhage back in 2007 against St. Mary's for Baldwin made 6 threes in a game. So add Marin Frost to that list with Smith, Macy Frost, and Verhage, and it's 4 Bulldogs who have tied the record for the most threes made in a game in this tournament. So it was a great night, obviously, for Frost. 18 points on 6 of 10 shooting from beyond the arc. But the 2 point guards for the Bulldogs were very good as well. Chloe Neufeld and Bailey Smith, they combined for 11 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. So they got a great contribution out of that spot, which they're going to need again, not only in this game, but in the next 2 games against 2 good teams, tonight Spring Hill and whoever they end up with, whether it's Nemaha Central or Hayden in their next game. That's going to be a tough opponent as well. And so good game from all the girls. Didn't have to overexert themselves. Neither team really did in that first game, which should set it up to be a pretty good matchup here in this one. A rematch that the Bulldogs, you know they're hungry, Ryan, to come out and put together better showing than they did the last time against Spring Hill and prove that they belong with a really good Spring Hill team.
Yeah, I mean, they're hungry, and they're playing a heck of a lot better than they were early in December when these teams met the first time. So, yeah, I think that this is going to be a pretty good game tonight, especially if both teams continue to shoot the way they have been here in this tournament. I mean, we could have, a 70 point game here. You never know, but we'll see.
Well, that would be right up there in the record books, I'm sure, as well, for the most combined points. It looks like they don't have that one listed, but we'll see. I don't know that Baldwin wants this game to be playing up in the 70s, but hey, if it's what it takes.
Spring Hill wouldn't mind it, though.
No,
putting 84 up or whatever it was the other night.
Yeah, 84 in their opening win. Baldwin 55 in theirs. So it's a good one. Baldwin Spring Hill, second time this year. Hopefully the result's a little closer than the first time these two teams played. We're going to find out here shortly. We'll come back with our State Farm Insurance game plan for you right after this on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
All right, quick look here tonight at your State Farm Insurance game plan for the Bulldogs as we get you set for this semifinal matchup. We talked about Jenna Weber being a big part of the Broncos win in the opener of this tournament. She had 18 to lead all scores the first time these two teams play. Got to try to keep her in check. She's going to get some, but she is certainly the leader of this team. And if you let her get hot, especially early, Ryan, as you mentioned, it can snowball quickly on you. So keeping Weber in check and then making all their possessions count. Got to limit the turnovers. Got to get some quality looks. Too many empty trips the first time they played. They only got 25 shots up in that game. And even at 25, if you shot 60% in that game, you're still only going to score around 40 points. And 60% field goal shooting would be asking a lot. So got to get some more looks in this game. Got to get some better possessions. They're averaging 37 field goal attempts per game. They were held to 25 in that first matchup with Spring Hill. So make the possessions count. Keep Weber in check. We'll see if that's a game plan for success tonight for the Bulldogs. Your State Farm Insurance game plan brought to you by Codiano, your local State Farm agent. Stop by and work on a game plan for you to help protect the people and things you value most. Get a cup of coffee and chat with Codiano down at State Farm at 208 Baker Street in Baldwin City and online at CodyIsMyAgent.com. Your starters and the opening tip next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate.
All right, we're going to need to start a little early, so we'll be back. We'll catch you back up with Hayden Outdoors here in a moment. But we are underway here in Wellsville, the semifinals of the Top Gun tournament. And it's Baldwin that gets the opening possession, and they get a look on that opening possession, but Reichert comes up empty. It's cleared by Anna LaPlante, and back comes Spring Hill now for their first possession. They quickly go inside for Bushert, and a tie-up down low. And it looks like it is going to stay on this end for Spring Hill. So here you go. Here's your look at your starters. They're brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. Frost, Neufeld, Lang, Reichert, and Smith for the Bulldogs. Bond, Weber, Bushert, Suter, and LaPlante. The five starters for Spring Hill. Weber inside to LaPlante, working on the block. Nice move to the left hand, and Anna LaPlante puts Spring Hill on top to open the scoring in this game on their opening possession. Emma Kate Lang inside looking for the answer. Not there, and LaPlante with a rebound. Already a couple of boards and a bucket for the junior Anna LaPlante. They've only had 4 points in their opening round victory over Wellsville. Off to a good start in this one. Less than a minute in. Weber tees up a deep three and drains it. So Jenna Weber remains hot here in Wellsville after a 28-point effort to open the tournament. She knocks down a deep three to make it 5-0 Broncos. Bulldogs will set it up in the half court here, looking for an early answer. Didn't know a minute in they were going to already be in a needed type of possession, but here they are, and a foul will put Carly Neufeld at the line, and she'll have a chance to get Baldwin on the board at the charity stripe here as the foul is called on Anna LaPlante, her first, and the team's first with 6:44 left to play in this opening quarter. The opening tip is brought to you by Baldwin City Recreation Commission. Don't forget to get signed up for soccer. Registration goes through the middle of February for kindergartners through 8th graders, and of course micro soccer for the little guys and girls 2 to 4 years old for the micro soccer. Sign up at baldwinrec.org or stop by the office downtown 705 High Street and get your little soccer players signed up for spring soccer. 1-2 for Carly Neufeld. Baldwin is on the board, but they trail 5-1 here in the early going. In the corner, open look for Suter. Tracked down by Bailey Smith. Neufeld, drive and kick. Frost, is she still hot? Not off that time as it's off the back iron. Knocked down 6 threes in the opening round victory for him. Good look there. Now Weber from the other side, strong with that three, and it's Smith who has to try and save it. Goes back to Bond for Spring Hill. Knocked out of bounds by Lang. It will stay with Spring Hill, 6:03, and the clock is for some reason still going. So now 5:58 to go.
Might be a quick game.
Mark that down, right? 7 seconds. Does it come back to matter here in the end of this first quarter? Weber. Second tray for Jenna Weber.
This is kind of what we saw in Spring Hill's first game in this tournament. It was Weber just finding herself wide open. Nobody even getting a hand up, and you give her a wide open shot, it's going in more times than not.
And game plan, keep Weber in check so far. 6 points already for Jenna Weber. She's knocked down 2 of the 3 three-point attempts. Neufeld draws a crowd, has it blocked, and Addison Bond was on the baseline. So Baldwin keeps possession with 5.5 to go in this opening quarter, already trailing 8-1 against a Spring Hill team that feels like they're shooting into hula hoops right now. Everything going down for the Broncos here in Wellsville. Coming off an 84-point effort against Wellsville in the opening round. Inside the lane. Grabbed on the arm, and if that was one thing, Ryan, in the opening round win over Wellsville that would be, I suppose, a cause for concern moving forward, was they did foul quite a bit, and they've already committed 2 here, as that one is called on Bond.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was just getting ready to say, Carly Neufeld, those first 2 drives, she got to the line on one, but you got to continue to drive it in. They're getting the ball into Emma Kate Lang, and only good thing can happen if you get the ball in the paint, because like you said, Spring Hill's been known to foul a lot, so if you can get to the line a lot, convert from there, that could be an avenue for Baldwin to stay in this game.
A carry is called here on Reichert. So Baldwin, who turned it over 18 times against Spring Hill in their first matchup. That's their first in this one, and that's one of the things that Baldwin, when they've had their success, a lot of it's predicated off of forcing the other team to turn the ball over. You don't really get the sense they're going to be able to force Spring Hill into 15-plus turnovers in this game, so going to have to try and execute without that. This is Busher underneath, fouled by Frost, and Sydney Busher, who's coming off of a really good game in the opening round of this tournament with 21 points against Wellsville, has her first bucket here and a chance to add one at the free throw line on the Frost foul.
I'd say the majority of her points came from right there, right underneath the basket.
And she was excellent in transition. They did a good job finding her in transition when she was running the floor really well. Here's Baldwin getting inside, and LaPlante commits her second foul. A couple of free throws coming up for Emma Kate Lang. So with 2 fouls now, Anna LaPlante will be headed to the bench, it looks like. Callie Rodden has come to the scores table to check in for her.
It's a really nice job from Reichert that time to advance the ball quickly up the floor. Nice bounce pass in there to Lang.
Lang has had some struggles at the line this year, just 52% as she misses the first of 2. LaPlante does indeed check out. Rodden is in, a couple of points at the opening round win for the sophomore. And Chloe Neufeld will check in now for Baldwin. Chloe coming off what I would say is probably her best game so far of the year on Tuesday night. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in the win over Jeff West. The rebounding and assist numbers both season highs for the freshman. 1 of 2 for Lang. And Chloe, for what it's worth, was the Bulldogs' leading scorer against Spring Hill the first time around, albeit without making a single shot from the field. That tells you what kind of a night it was for the Baldwin offense. She had 4 points to lead the way, all at the free throw line. Busher outside to Suter. Bond trying to go out to Rodden, deflected, but Spring Hill keeps it. The Broncos leading 11-2. They held Baldwin to just 1 point in the first quarter in their first matchup. Weber knocks down a third three-pointer. Timeout Baldwin, 14-2 Spring Hill. So the Broncos, who led 17-1 in the first quarter, the first time these two teams played, up 14-2 in this one. Now let's hear from Hayden Outdoors. We had to cut them short prior to tip-off, so here you go. Your presenting sponsor of Baldwin Sports Live, Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Well, the last thing Baldwin wanted to see, Ryan, was Jenna Weber come out hot, and she's knocked down 3 3-pointers already in the opening 3:45 of this game to lead Spring Hill to an early 14-2 lead.
Yeah, and I mean, they haven't really been contested threes either. You have to say they were pretty wide open. That's something that we saw the other night against Wellsville is whenever she's open, I said it earlier, but more often than not, she's going to knock it down from out there.
12-point Spring Hill lead, Baldwin with the ball. Chloe Neufeld, Carly Neufeld, Bailey Smith, Carly Toot, and Alyssa Reichert for the Bulldogs. Isla Herman is checked in at the timeout for Spring Hill. She's out there with Busher, Rodden, Weber, and Suter. Toot trying to dip underneath and stepping on the baseline on the save attempt. Reichert, it'll go back to Spring Hill with the Broncos up by 12 already. Weber brings it up. 28 on Tuesday, already 9 in this one. Suter to the high post for Busher. Fouled and another three-point chance. Busher's already converted 1 3-point play, and she'll have another opportunity here as Spring Hill swells the lead to 16-2.
Yeah, Busher very similar to Reichert in the sense that you kind of have to take away her left hand. She's so good with that left. She wants to go that way. Sometimes it's easier said than done.
So those two, Weber and Busher, scored 49 in the opening round win for Spring Hill. They've already combined for 15 of the 17 in this one. Another foul on the Broncos. This one is on Jenna Weber. It's her first and the team's fourth as Frost and Lang check back in for Baldwin. Bulldogs down 17-2. Through the hands of Toot. Busher racing the other way with it. Hit from behind, and my goodness, a third opportunity, a three-point play for Busher in this first quarter.
Yeah, very reminiscent to what they did to Wellsville in the first round Tuesday night. Was just getting out to such a early lead that it's going to be a battle for the Bulldogs to fight back here. They just got to start chipping away, though.
Cannot convert the three-point play this time, but a Baldwin turnover will keep it right down here on this end at 19-2 Spring Hill. And at the clip that the Broncos are scoring at right now, Ryan, they already have tied the single game scoring record here at the tournament. They're going to very well put the total scoring record at this tournament in jeopardy because they are on fire right now offensively.
An offense that's just fizzing. The ball's not sticking with anybody, and it's finding the open person more often than not.
That is a travel on Busher. The turnover gives it back to Baldwin, but the Bulldogs right now in a big hole, 19-2, with still 3 minutes plus to go in this first quarter.
You obviously can't get it all back at once, so you just got to start chipping away one possession at a time. Just try to get a good look each time down.
See if they can get Carly Neufeld a couple of looks. She's their leading scorer and trying to create a shot here, but Busher with her length able to block it. Inside to Rodden. Neufeld the rebound for Baldwin. Chloe pushes it up to Carly, but it's off her fingertips and turned over. Racing back the other way, the Broncos love to play fast. Knocked free by Chloe Neufeld. Races into the backcourt for it. And now Chloe will find Marin Frost on the wing. Her three-pointer way off the mark, rebounded by Busher. Baldwin, like the first matchup against this Bronco team, did not make a field goal in the first quarter of that game. They have yet to make one in the first quarter of this game. Frost with a deflection. It's back-to-back turnovers for us, but now they've got to convert. 2 minutes left of the opening period. Neufeld against Suter. Bounce to Lang. And Emma Kate Lang able to score from the middle of the paint. First field goal of the game for Baldwin. It's 19-4 with 90 seconds to play in the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a tough ask because Spring Hill has a lot of size to deal with, but you have to continue to try to get the ball in the paint. That'll open up the outside shots.
Herman with an offensive rebound on the missed three by Weber, then called for a travel. Bailey Smith and Alyssa Reichert check back in for Baldwin. Margot Todd comes into the lineup for the first time for Spring Hill.
Yeah, you mentioned it in the open, too. Spring Hill went 10 deep in that first round, and I would definitely consider them to be a deep team in terms of high school basketball for sure. They got a lot of girls that can come in and contribute.
10 different scores in that first round. Here's another turnover on a steal by Busher, who just calmly took it right down to the block, and already into double figures is Sydney Busher with 10. Foul committed by Herman in the backcourt. 5 team fouls now on Spring Hill. It'll bring Addison Bond back in for Herman. Back in they go to Lang. Rodden clears it. Now foul on Bailey Smith, knocking over the screener Todd. Fourth Baldwin foul, the first on Bailey. Into Weber. Rodden finds a flashing Weber into the paint for an easy two. Weber and Busher both into double figures in this opening quarter. Foul on Rodden with 25 seconds to play in the quarter is their sixth, and for Callie Rodden, it's her first.
That's part of what makes Jenna Weber so good, though, is it's not just her ability to shoot threes and shoot from the outside. She can score in a variety of ways. Get it to her wherever.
Moves well without the basketball as well. Neufeld from the corner. Rodden the rebound. 15 seconds left. Weber gets it with 5, and they call her for a travel. 3 seconds to spare in the quarter. Into Neufeld. And that will do it for the first. 23-4 Spring Hill after one here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Codiano, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by The Bullpen, your locally owned sports bar in downtown Baldwin City. Open 11 a.m. through 2 a.m. Monday through Saturday and 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. A perfect place to go before, during, or after the ball games. Follow them on Facebook, The Bullpen in Baldwin City, for all the latest happenings at your local sports bar downtown. And Baldwin feeling like a little nightmare deja vu here in this game. 23-4. They trail Spring Hill as we start the second quarter. Weber with 11, Busher with 10. The two leaders of this Spring Hill attack are off to excellent starts again tonight. Bond's floater misses. Offensive rebound by LaPlante, but she has it knocked out of her hands by Baldwin's Marin Frost, and the Bulldogs come away with it. Frost calling for it at the top of the key. Did not get it to her. Now they'll work it around to Frost on the wing. Coming off a 6 3-point night on Tuesday. Another Spring Hill foul. This will put Reichert at the free throw line. They're over the limit with their 7th team foul. Personal goes on Suter.
Yeah, this is where Baldwin's going to really need to start chipping away at this lead. Is from the line now. You're going to have a whole quarter worth of free throws every time you get fouled, so you got to take advantage.
Baldwin gets one there from Reichert. The Bulldogs, as a team this year, at 60% from the free throw line. Reichert just 46% for the season. But is able to knock down a pair there. And it's 23-6. And the glass half full approach is there's a lot of basketball left to be played. Got off to a rough start on this one, dug a deep hole, but 3 full quarters to try and make it up, and there's a 5-second call, and that's 7 turnovers now from Spring Hill. So Broncos starting to pile up a few turnovers. To this point, it hasn't cost them, but see if Baldwin can start taking advantage here. They just need to see a few shots go through. Inside the lane, LaPlante's playing with 2 fouls, so can't really be too aggressive defensively there, and that allows Lang to power it up and in. She has both of the made field goals now for Baldwin.
Yeah, Lang's really developed that kind of turnaround off the glass shot down there from the block, and that's huge for Baldwin because they kind of struggle sometimes to find some open looks. So if she can start opening things up from inside, that'd be a big help.
Averaging just under 6 points per game this year, but over her last 4 games now, averaging 9 points per night. So to Ryan's point, starting to become a little bit more of a factor offensively. Frost with the rebound and the missed Weber 3. Baldwin getting out and running here. Marin leading the break. Out to Reichert. Up top to Neufeld. Carly on the drive. Scoop off the glass doesn't go. And it's cleared by Busher. Inside to LaPlante. Rebounded Reichert, and she'll quickly take off the other way. Something she does well is going coast to coast after rebounds, but has that one knocked away from behind.
Yeah, there's a little too much traffic that time for Alyssa.
Weber into the corner for Busher. Steps into a mid-range jumper from the short corner. That's a dozen points in this first half from Sydney Busher. Lang trying to free up Neufeld. Carly lines up a 3. In and out. Busher the board. That ball lost off of her foot. And Bond loses it for the 8th Spring Hill turnover.
I mean, that's just incredible pressure on ball defense from Bailey Smith. Just the Energizer Bunny out there never stops.
Averages over 2.5 steals per game. That won't go as a steal for Bailey, but if you added in the amount of steals plus turnovers forced, she's probably closer to about 5 per game.
Yeah.
Chloe Neufeld back out to Reichard. Across to Carly Neufeld. Reichard with the right hand that time. The lefty going with the right hand. LaPlante clears the miss.
Let's go back to that Bailey Smith point, Bryce. It's just the mental capacity it takes to deal with this all game. I mean, they're just hounding you up and down the floor.
And she's given up several inches to Weber, but can still make her work. And now Suter after the offensive rebound. That rims off. Smith the long tap out. Bailey doesn't have the numbers, but attacks anyway and draws the foul on Elizabeth Suter, her second. And a couple of free throw chances coming up for Bailey Smith.
A nice couple minutes here from Bailey Smith. Really playing hard and not afraid at all to attack. Had a 1-on-2 there and kind of split the defenders, got herself to the line.
Baldwin down by 17 here in this first half with 4:38 to play as Smith steps up and knocks down the first. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company in Baldwin City. They offer excellent pay, competitive benefit packages, a climate-controlled work environment, and a friendly support staff dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Find out more at riceprecision.com or by emailing jobs@riceprecision.com. Offensive board by Reichard. Can they get 4 out of the possession? You bet they can. Carly Neufeld banks it in, and the Bulldogs make it 25-12. Timeout, Spring Hill. The lead is down from 17 to 13 after a 4-point possession for the Bulldogs, and finally have seen a couple of shots go through the hoop, and we'll see if they can use that into some momentum now here as the Bulldogs still have work to be done, but starting to make some headway on this deficit. Down by 13 with 4:20 to go here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. Online at HaydenOutdoors.com. Contact Chad or Penny Sheldon, your local Baldwin City brokers, for Hayden Outdoors. 4:20 left to play in the first half. 25-12 Spring Hill lead. The Broncos have led the entire way to this point. Open up the game on a 19-2 run. With Baldwin starting to settle in a little bit. Would love to get this down to a single-digit deficit before the half if they can. Another deflection for Bailey Smith.
That Baldwin's really got all the energy and momentum right now, it feels like.
Spring Hill has scored just 2 points in this second quarter after they put up 23 in the first quarter. So they have cooled back down, allowing Baldwin to start to make a little movement on the deficit. Herman to Todd. Long 2-point shot. Offensive rebound. LaPlante had it knocked away on the way back up. It's Busher now, and she's unable to convert. Another offensive rebound out to Herman for 3, and a long possession that had 3 offensive rebounds eventually ends with an Isla Herman 3.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, Bryce, that not only did Spring Hill start missing some shots there, but Baldwin was clearing the glass really well late in that first quarter, or early in the second quarter here, I should say, chipping away at the lead, but that time he can't give up 3 easy possessions.
Foul on Todd. It's her first, the team's 9th. So it puts Emma Kate Lang at the free throw line. She was in the act. 2 shots here for Lang. 5 first half points for Emma Kate. Make it 6 and another free throw to come. Emma Kate with 7 points in the opening round win over Jeff West. She has 6 tonight. 15-point game with 3:20 to go in this first half. Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming up. Nice pass from Herman inside to Busher, but the lid has come on the bucket now for her. It'll stay with Spring Hill. Aaron Frost back in for the Bulldogs. Weber's fouled on the three-point try. Well, 11 first quarter points for Weber. She'll have 3 free throws coming her way after the Neufeld foul. Spring Hill up 29-13 after an 84-point effort in their opening game of this tournament. They've won 6 of their last 7. Looking for back-to-back tournament titles here at the Top Gun tournament in Wellsville. Last year, defeated Hayden in the title game, 55-47. And that's who awaits the winner of this game in the championship on Saturday night of this year's edition of the Top Gun tournament. Hayden, after a 47-40 victory for the Wildcats in the semifinal over Nemaha Central. Only 1 out of the 3 free throws is good for Weber, so 16-point deficit for Baldwin. Frost is fouled 30 feet from the bucket. So a couple of free throws for Frost. That's 10 team fouls, so double bonus time. First foul on Busher. No points yet in this first half for Frost after she led all scorers with 18. And the players were playing it as a live ball, but it is a 2-shot foul. Little earthquake there. Weber trying to take Neufeld off the dribble. Good job sticking with her now. Busher skips across to Herman. Inside to Rodden. Spring Hill really moving the ball well. Weber eventually settles for the long 3. And that ball hits the guide wire. Barely grazed it, if anything. It's not really bouncing around up there, but Baldwin will take it for sure.
It's part of what makes Spring Hill so hard to guard, though, is they got such great ball movement, and they got several different girls that can score in a lot of different ways, so really balanced attack.
Eric Toop trying to implore his girls to do the same, hollering, move it, move it, move it, from the Baldwin sideline here as the Bulldogs are down by 15, now down 12. Carly Neufeld knocks down her second 3 of this second quarter. And with under 2 to play in this first half, Baldwin still in that spot here, Ryan, where they could get a couple of stops and a couple of buckets, get this thing back down to a single-digit deficit, which would feel like a win after where this game started.
Absolutely.
Rodden not there for her, rebounded by Lang.
Oh, man.
Timeout, Baldwin. With 1:38 to go in the half, the Bulldogs trailed 19-2 to start this game, but now they'll have possession, down 12, a minute 38 left to play in this first half. So they have certainly got things turned around a little bit. What's helped them get this thing turned back around?
Well, I mean, they're playing much better offensively, and defensively they're clearing the glass, not allowing as many offensive rebounds, and they're keeping the turnover number down. That's one of the biggest things is I harp on it all the time. You can't give the other team extra possessions and extra shot attempts because that just makes it harder on yourself to win a basketball game. So, yeah, offensively, though, they're moving the ball a little bit better, and I think Carly's playing better. She's going to have to take it upon herself to be a little more aggressive, too. I think everybody's playing pretty well, though.
And we've seen that now the last few times down. Yeah. Carly taking some shots and had one. She's made two. She got another one that did everything but go in. So if she's starting to see it a little bit better here in this second quarter and continue to shoot the ball well, Marion Frost, love to see her get one to go down after that 6 3-point effort in the opener. And they can make up some points in a hurry. Reichert working with it here. Trying to get that ball back to Neufeld. Finds Smith on the backside. Now they do get it into the hands of Carly Neufeld. 3-pointer the last time down. Nice. Drives this time and some contact inside. Oh, man. And that's a tough break for Baldwin. Not only is there a no call on the contact with Rodden, but then it's just whistled out of bounds off of Neufeld. So tough break there for the Bulldogs.
That was a really nice spin move to work her way into the lane. Unfortunately, didn't get the call.
Spring Hill leading by a dozen with a minute to go in this first half. Weber working off a screen from LaPlante. It's inside, floats it up, no good. Got it back and draws the foul on the putback try. So some free throws coming up here for Jenna Weber. Eric Toots still getting on the officials for that no call. You can see in the bottom of your screen there, and probably has a case, but here's Weber at the line.
Yeah, I mean, we watched the first game here between Nemaha Central and Hayden, and same officials in that game, and it was a pretty physical game. I will say they've been pretty consistent, though, that way. They're letting the girls play.
The foul, by the way, on Carly Neufeld was her second. Weber knocks down 1 of 2 again. So 13-point game here with under a minute to go in the half. Chloe Neufeld brings it up, has Frost on the wing, deflected by Weber. A bucket going into the break would be huge here for Baldwin. Trailed 19-2 to start this game. We're down 23-4 at the end of the first quarter. From 19 down to 13 and perhaps a little bit closer. 14 seconds left in the quarter. Chloe out to Frost with 9. Marin able to get the edge, and it's blocked loose, picked up by Weber, and then a foul on Baldwin with 3.5 to go, and that is their 7th. So it'll mean free throws for Spring Hill, or a free throw anyway, on a 1-and-1 for Weber.
Yeah, you can't really fault anybody there, just trying to play hard, go after the ball, but that's a really tough call with only 3.5 left in the first half.
Weber at the line is just 2 out of 5 in this game. Last year, she set the tournament record with a 16-for-16 performance at the free throw line in one of their games. That was against Lansing. So has, for all intents and purposes, stolen a point here late in this first half and a chance to grab one more. Does not get that one. Reichert with 3 seconds will hoist it from 3/4 court, and we'll head to the break. 31-17 Spring Hill. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show is coming up right after this.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, We're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Halftime here in Wellsville tonight, 31-17. Spring Hill on top of Baldwin. You're inside the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. There to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. And after Baldwin trailed 23-4 after the first quarter of this game, down 19-2 out of the gates, and then a 13-8 advantage in the second quarter for Baldwin. So they were able to make a little headway here, Ryan, get this thing back to what feels somewhat manageable. Yes, it's going to take a really good second half still against a team that can score in Spring Hill. You saw what they did in the first quarter of this game, but it was trending towards the first meeting, looking like that. Now it's back to where at least you can feel like you can come back out in the second half, put up a fight, and see what can happen.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing was defensively. They locked down a little bit, and Spring Hill just started to miss some shots. That was mainly the issue early on, was Spring Hill was hitting everything. They were left open a couple times, but they weren't missing a whole lot, and Baldwin started clearing the glass a lot better, not allowing as many offensive rebounds. And like I mentioned, keeping the turnover number down is going to be the big key. You mentioned it in the open, is they need to get more shot attempts up than they did in that first game. They did a much better job in that second quarter of that, and that's why we saw them looking a little better offensively.
Down by 14 now is Baldwin at 31-17. The winner will advance to the championship Saturday to take on Topeka Hayden Catholic, and the loser will be in the third place game against Nemaha Central on Saturday. So tough matchup either way you slice it on Saturday, but right now Baldwin trying to get back to that championship for the first time since 2019 when they won it all here in Wellsville. And for Spring Hill, they're hoping to make it back-to-back championship game appearances and back-to-back titles after defeating Hayden in the title game a year ago. 31-17 our score here at the break. No ties, no lead changes in that first half. Spring Hill jumped out to that early lead and led throughout. The Broncos actually had more turnovers than the Bulldogs. They had way more fouls than the Bulldogs in that first half, but thanks to that really good start, up 23-4 at the first quarter, they hold the lead in this ball game. 14 from Jenna Weber and 12 from Sydney Busher. Those two leading all scorers, the only two double-digit scores in this game. But of that combined 26 points, only 5 came in the second quarter, as Baldwin was able to get things going a little bit better in that second quarter for them. Trim that 19-point deficit down to 12 at one point, but it right now sits at 14. 31-17 our score here at the break. We'll check the numbers with New Frontier Tax and Business Services when we come back right after this word from Farm Bureau here on the Halftime Show.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Time to check the numbers, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. For timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed, visit newfrontiertbs.com. And don't worry if you have a highly specific, complicated business tax situation, go check with New Frontier Tax and Business Services. They'll help you confidently tackle this year's tax season. All right, here are the numbers. I mentioned the leading scores in this game. Weber with 14, Busher with 12 for Spring Hill. They lead the way there. The rest of the team, you see Isla Herman with 3 and Anna LaPlante with 2. and that's it. So they aren't having the all-around scoring effort like they did in their opening round win when 10 different girls scored, but they're still getting big nights from their top two in Weber and Busher, who combined for 49 in the opening round win. They have a combined 26 at the break in this one. The Broncos on the glass led by Sydney Busher with 6 rebounds, 2 of those offensive boards, and LaPlante with 4, including an offensive board as well. The Broncos turned it over 8 times in that first half and shot 6 out of 11 at the free throw line. For Baldwin, leading scorer in the first half was Carly Neufeld with 7. Knocked down a pair of threes both in the second quarter. Emma Kate Lang with 6 first half points. Marin Frost with 1 and Alyssa Reichard with 2. On the glass, leading rebounder for the Bulldogs was Alyssa Reichard with just 2 rebounds. Bailey Smith also matching her with 2 first half rebounds. Baldwin only had 5 turnovers, so they were good in that department. Only 1 of those in the second quarter. So definitely took care of the ball better this time around. Went 7 of 12 at the free throw line, but they are trailing by 14 here at the break. 31-17 is our halftime score. You're watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show here. Kelly Neufeld and his team, proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and love to support you in your financial future as well. Go check them out in downtown Baldwin City or give them a call at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it at Farm Bureau Financial Services. So tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Saturday, the tournament concludes here in Wellsville, as we'll have the championship game and the third place game scheduled here on Saturday. There's a look at that schedule. 3:15 the third place game. 5 o'clock is the championship game coming up on Saturday. So we'll have the game for you regardless of which one they play in, third place or championship. And we do have the Spring Hill crowd tuning in here tonight, I know, on our Baldwin Sports Live channel, as we've got just the one broadcast going, and it's not on our Spring Hill channel tonight. So those folks joining us here on the Baldwin Sports Live feed as well. So we'll have the Spring Hill game also back on the normal Spring Hill channel on Saturday also. So either way, Ryan and I will be here for both the 3:15 and the 5 o'clock game. It just depends on which channel we're on which of those broadcasts. But we'll have both games, whether it be the Spring Hill channel for Spring Hill or the Baldwin channel for the Baldwin game coming up on Saturday. 3:15 for the third place game, 5 o'clock for the championship. And then as far as Baldwin Sports Live goes, you can see our upcoming broadcast schedule there as well. The following Tuesday, Osawatomie comes to town, and then they get a whole week before they play again then on Tuesday at Paola, back on the road for that February 7th game. So that's what's coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. You can find our upcoming broadcast schedule in the Baldwin City Community News. And not only can you find our upcoming broadcasts in the Baldwin City Community News, but you'll stay up to date with the latest news, opinions, sports, ads, and more. It's just $5 a month. Stop by downtown at the Nook, 703 8th Street, to subscribe to your local weekly newspaper, the Baldwin City Community News. 31-17 is our halftime score at Spring Hill on top of Baldwin. Second half starts next here on Baldwin Sports Live. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
(31-17) as we head to the second half here tonight in Wellsville semifinals of the 33rd annual Top Gun tournament. Spring Hill with a 31-17 advantage on the Baldwin Bulldogs as we start this second half. Second matchup this year between these two teams. Spring Hill won 55-17. The first matchup back on December 16th. Baldwin had a 3-game winning streak going into that game as well that Spring Hill ended. And that put the Bulldogs in a bit of a slide where they lost 3 of their next 4. But they come into this game once again on a season-high 3-game winning streak. And Spring Hill got off to a great start in this game, led 19-2, 23-4 Spring Hill after 1. Baldwin outscoring Spring Hill 13-8 in the second quarter to get it back to a manageable deficit as we're underway in the second half. Baldwin with the ball down 14. Frost from the corner, and that off the back iron and out of bounds off the hand of Busher. So second chance here for Baldwin. Frost, after making 6 threes, tying a tournament record for a single game, a tournament record that's also shared by her older sister Macy, has not made a shot for the field yet in this game as Neufeld misses a 3 as well. If the Bulldogs are going to come back, you'd think that it's probably going to take both Frost and Neufeld knocking down some shots in this second half. Busher is fouled by Frost after the offensive rebound. Busher now has 3 offensive boards, 7 total rebounds in this game to go along with her 12 points. And she's at the free throw line for 2 after the second foul on Frost. Busher 2 of 3 at the free throw line of the game. It was Baldwin that spent the majority of the first half in the bonus. But it seems like all of the Baldwin fouls committed have been shooting fouls. So Spring Hill, despite the fact that they have committed 4 more fouls than Baldwin in this game, they have now attempted 1 more and made 1 more free throw as well. Lang wants it down on the block. Neufeld gets it inside to Emma Kate, and she now is up to 8 points in this game. It's a 14-point deficit once again, just over a minute in to this third quarter. Busher was open as she flashed across the paint. Now a cross-court pass is intercepted by Reichert. Bounce to Neufeld, knocked away by Weber.
A really nice job by Weber sprinting back on defense that time. I thought the bounce pass would have been open there to Neufeld, but nice job closing that gap.
Busher able to take it away from Reichert, who then commits the foul. First foul on Reichert. Second team foul of this quarter against Baldwin. 6:31 to play, third quarter. Baldwin trailing 33-19. Trip to the championship game of this Top Gun tournament on the line here. Spring Hill looking to win back-to-back Top Gun tournament titles. It'll be the second time they've done that. Also winning back-to-back titles back in 2010 and 2011. Baldwin with a numbers advantage here inside to Lang, and Emma Kate Lang is having herself a nice showing here at the tournament. That's 10 points in this one after a 7-point effort in the opener. Baldwin back down by 12. Inside, Weber gets the layup to go. Her first field goal since the first quarter. She made a few free throws in that second quarter, but had not made a shot for the field since back in the first quarter. Game high 16 points now from Weber. 12 is as little as Baldwin has been able to whittle that deficit down to after it was 19 early in the game. Neufeld's layup misses. Weber the rebound. Bond angling in, and that one rolls off. Reichert the board. Carly pushes for the Baldwin Bulldogs. Frost is calling for it in the corner, and Reichert never looked that way. Instead, a turnover, and Bond brings it back up for Spring Hill. Foul on the drive. It's the third Baldwin foul already of this third quarter, and it's on Bailey Smith, her second. And a foul away from the basketball here. It's on Busher, and that's 2 on Sydney. First of the half on Spring Hill. Smith gets it across the timeline after some pressure in the backcourt, but then a turnover trying to bounce it to Lang. Reichert jumps the passing lane for another steal. Offensive foul on Reichert. Takes 2 points off of the board. Reichert can't believe it. She's called for her second foul. And Eric Toot doesn't agree with the call either. And he just got teed up. So a technical foul on Baldwin head coach Eric Toot will result in a couple of free throws here for Spring Hill. With 4:27 to go in the third quarter. Jenna Weber to the line. 3 for 6 in the game at the free throw line. Well, tough swing of events there for Baldwin. Instead of a 3-point chance for Reichert, it turns into 2 points for Spring Hill and no points for Baldwin. And it's back to a 16-point lead for Spring Hill as Chloe Neufeld checks back in for Baldwin. LaPlante unguarded. Weber an offensive board. Knocked out by Baldwin. Inside LaPlante. Backs down Lang, missed it though, and Reichert the rebound. Blocking foul on Spring Hill. It is called on Suter. Her third, team second. Baldwin down 16 with 3:54 to play third quarter.
You just got to keep attacking the basket though if you're Baldwin. Keep trying to work it in there, get some more fouls, get to the line. It's a good job right there.
That's what they're going to do right here. Reichert will go to the line. That is on Busher. That's her third. Baldwin 7 out of 12 at the line in this game. Rodden and Todd check back in for Spring Hill. Just 3 points tonight from Alyssa Reichert, all at the free throw line. 15-point Bulldog deficit, 3:45 to play in the third. Herman fires from the corner. Backside board for Reichert. Alyssa on a run. Nice find for Emma Kate Lang. And the Bulldogs with a dozen points tonight from Emma Kate Lang, tying her career high, which she set earlier this year against Lewisburg. Offensive foul will send this the other way. I think they might get Rodden here. And they do. So Rodden was just kind of there. Wasn't really doing much, but kind of spun and shielded off the defender. And in that motion, the official didn't like. So it's a 13-point game. Baldwin has the ball back. Neufeld breaking ankles in the backcourt, gives the Bulldogs numbers. Chloe back to Carly from the corner. Boom! A 10-point game with 3 minutes to go in the third. Timeout, Spring Hill. So Neufeld up to 10 points now, and boy, do they need that three as the Bulldogs have it as close as it's been since the opening 11-1 run in this game when it was a 10-point game. It's not been down to 10 since. And since that technical foul called on Coach Tootenryan, it's a 6-0 run by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Say what you want, but that's sparked the team a little bit. You can see the kind of energy they came out from the bench there when Spring Hill called the timeout. So, yeah, made it a 10-point game. We talk about that all the time. You get to 10, then start chipping away down to single digits. And Baldwin, they're playing a heck of a lot better here recently.
Well, it's just, the mental hurdles you got to clear to make up a deficit when you fall behind so big so early. And that first hurdle is seeing it get underneath 10. Now, they haven't got it under there yet. It's right at 10, but clearly some momentum being gained back by the Bulldogs. And defensively, they have really locked things down on Spring Hill after a 23-point first quarter. Spring Hill now in the 11 minutes since that first quarter, just 14 points. So they have done a much better job there. They're right back into this game with still 3 to play in the third and a full fourth quarter. Bulldog basketball is presented by Hayden Outdoors here on Baldwin Sports Live. Hayden Outdoors is online at haydenoutdoors.com. It's the brand that sells the land. #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. Send an email to Shad at haydenoutdoors.com or Penny at haydenoutdoors.com for the latest from your local Baldwin City brokers. Spring Hill with the ball up by 10. They have yet to really feel threatened in this game by Baldwin, but Paige Husa taking a timeout after the Bulldogs started to make a little push here. And then, speaking of pushes, this is a foul called on a push by Emma Kate Lang. It's just her first foul on the team's 5th. Or check that, it's her second foul. Still the team's 5th. As Weber inbounds to LaPlante, and it rattles off. Reichard the rebound. Neufeld, one more. No, she'll fire herself, and Chloe banks in a 3. Had her sister Carly wide open on the wing. I thought I might go there, but how about that? Chloe Neufeld, just her 3rd three-pointer on 17 tries this year, and a traveling violation called on Spring Hill. Baldwin gets it back down by 7 with 2:26 to go in the third.
Yeah, all the momentum in the building right now with the Bulldogs as well, bringing the energy on both ends of the floor, and it's showing right now, and I love the pace that they're playing at. They're clearing the rebound and they're getting the ball right up the floor in transition. Reichard's done a really nice job of that.
Neufeld brings it up out to Carly on the wing. Shot fake and a drive off the glass, doesn't go. And Rodden had it for a moment. LaPlante rips it away. Here comes Spring Hill up by 7, but closest this game has been really all night long. Up top to Weber. Out to Rodden. Weber's been quiet with just 1 field goal since the opening quarter. You think they try to get her going again. Busher on the bench right now. That duo has been so big in this tournament for them, and it's a turnover instead. Carly Neufeld with a steal, and a foul is called on LaPlante. So 2 free throws coming up for Carly Neufeld. It's the 3rd foul on Anna LaPlante, and a 15th foul charged to Spring Hill. Carly with 10 points in this game for the Bulldogs. Her 9th double-digit scoring game this year out of now 13 ball games. It's a 9-0 run for Baldwin since the technical foul was called on head coach Eric Toot. Not counting the free throws, I guess, but after the Weber free throws from that technical foul, once play resumed, it's been a 9-0 run from Baldwin. Now 10-0, and it's a 6-point game with 1:49 to go in the third. Been 4.5 minutes without a field goal for Spring Hill. A couple of free throws in that time, but no field goals until now. Anna LaPlante backing in. She had the first bucket of the game. That's her first basket since. And with a minute 24, LaPlante makes it back to an 8-point lead for Spring Hill. Timeout, Baldwin. 39-31 Broncos, trying to win back-to-back titles here at the Top Gun tournament. And they are on top. They've been in front the entire way here tonight. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by the Bullpen. Check out Wildcat Wednesdays, Karaoke Thursdays, Fridays and Saturday nights. You never know what's happening down at the Bullpen, so follow them on social media on Facebook to stay up to date with all the latest happenings there at the Bullpen. And, of course, they got the sports on the TVs all the time down at your local sports bar with the classic ballpark food in downtown Baldwin City. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., Sundays 10 to 8. Downtown Baldwin City, it's the Bullpen. With a bucket by LaPlante, ends a 10-0 run by Baldwin. Bulldogs with the basketball. The momentum on the side of Baldwin with a minute 24 left to play in the third. Carly Neufeld brings it up. 11 points from the senior guard tonight. Into the corner for Frost. Three-pointer on the way. Bounces off the top of the glass. Out to Addison Bond, who has a chance to run for Spring Hill. Spinning to her left block, and a nice finish by Addison Bond. Her first bucket of the game, and it was a pretty one. Gets the lead back up to 10 for the Broncos. Reichert for three. Herman the rebound. Under 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Bond drives, kicks it back out. Around it goes to Weber. Three off the mark. And off of LaPlante. Baldwin ball with 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Had it down to 6, the deficit. It's now 10. A bucket would make it a single-digit deficit, though, going into the fourth quarter. Neufeld with 5. Chloe on the drive, and a hand check foul called on Spring Hill. It's their 6th.
I believe that's 7.
No, it's just 6 on the home.
Yep.
Although Baldwin's lining up to shoot free throws, the officials were thinking the same thing you thought.
Okay.
They were thinking 7 also, but everybody had lined up to shoot free throws. But that's only 16 fouls on Spring Hill. Baldwin had 6. It's the 3rd on Rodden.
I mean, we'll take the free throws.
Yeah. 3 seconds to get a shot up. Carly Neufeld into Reichert. Gets it up and doesn't get it to go. 41-31. We head to the fourth. Spring Hill leads Baldwin here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Spring Hill trying to close out a second victory this year over the Baldwin Bulldogs after leading by 19 to end the first quarter. Baldwin has outscored Spring Hill 27-18. It's been a 9-point Baldwin advantage over the second and third quarters combined. But they still trail by 10 thanks to that big lead by Spring Hill to open up the game. Sydney Busher and Jenna Weber combining to put up 21 first quarter points. And now the Broncos trying to hold on and advance to their second straight championship game of this tournament. Look for their second straight title here in Wellsville. And it's a turnover for Spring Hill to start the fourth quarter. That's their 13th turnover of the game. And Baldwin will have it. They had the lead down to as little as 6 there in the third quarter before a couple of late buckets by Spring Hill. A couple of big buckets from LaPlante and by Bond to push it back to 10 for the Broncos on their lead. And a travel is called here on Carly Neufeld. And I'm not sure, I couldn't see her feet with the bench between us and her, but it didn't look very egregious. It's the 10th Baldwin turnover now. And that's going to be on Bailey Smith as Busher ended up on the floor. Push on Bailey is her third foul, and that will put the Broncos at the line. Sydney Busher to the stripe. She is 4 out of 5 at the free throw line tonight. It's a 1-and-1, and the front end is good. Weber and Busher, after combining for 21 in the opening quarter, they've combined to make just 2 shots from the field since. This will stay with Baldwin. Carly into Reichert. Will follow away, turnaround won't go. Rebounded by Busher. 8 rebounds to go along with her 15 points tonight. Suter, foot on the line, long 2. Loose ball. Tie up, and it is Spring Hill basketball.
I thought about one time, what if they did away with jump balls and you just scrapped it out until you saw who got it?
The rugby scrum it.
I think that'd be an interesting rule change.
Suter out of the corner, and it is Baldwin with the ball. Bulldogs down 11. Neufeld pulls up, and Bond the rebound. Fouled by Toot. 1-and-1 chance for Addison Bond coming up. .6:21 left to play in this fourth quarter. Spring Hill trying to set up a rematch of last year's Top Gun Tournament Championship, a game they won 55-47 over Hayden. Baldwin, they played in the 7th place game last year, winning that 7th place game over Wellsville. But after a 55-28 win over Jeff West in the opener, in the semifinals now, work to be done, or they'll find themselves in that 3:15 third place game against Nemaha Central on Saturday. Couple of free throws from Addison Bond. And it's a 13-point lead with 6:19 to play. Into Lang, career high 12 points in this game. Out to Frost, who is still looking for her first shot to go down. And Bond the rebound. Neufeld chasing her down, and a collision A foul on Baldwin. Bond will head back to the free throw line. It is on Chloe Neufeld, her second, 9th team foul. Another 1-and-1 here for Bond. Now 14 out of 20 at the free throw line for the Broncos. They have outscored Baldwin by 5 at the free throw line in this game. Smith trying to take it coast to coast, earns a trip to the free throw line herself. It is called on Suter. That's 4 on Elizabeth Suter. First point of the night for Bailey Smith, who had 5 in the opening round win over Jeff West. Frost is out, Reichert back in. Inside, Suter. Rebounded by Reichert. Neufeld pushes it up to her sister Carly. Around it goes to Chloe in the right corner. Baldwin with still more than 5 minutes to go. Inside to Emma Kate Lang, and she's fouled by LaPlante. That's 4 on Anna LaPlante. Emma Kate Lang to the free throw line. She is 2 for 4 in the game, 52% on the year at the free throw line. 12 points tonight, matching her career high. Averaging now over 9 points per game over her last 5 ball games. Just under 6 per game for the season, and a new career high with 13 tonight.
Yeah, Emma Kate Lang continues to play the way she did tonight the rest of the season. That's going to be a big bonus for Baldwin going forward here into the later portion of the year.
Reichert trying to tap it out and does so successfully. Another chance for Baldwin. Down by 12 with 5 minutes to go. A trail by as many as 19 in this game. And it's a Baldwin turnover. A bucket for Busher after a nice utilization of the shot fake. She has 17, and it's back to a 14-point lead and a foul. And that is on Suter. If it is, that's her 5th. She believes it's on her. And it is. So Elizabeth Suter fouls out of the game. She'll be replaced by Isla Herman. Carly Neufeld headed to the line here for Baldwin. 1-and-1. Knocks down the first. Dozen points in this game from Neufeld. Had 11 in the opener. It's a 12-point game again. Maren Frost back in to replace Carly. Reichert had it free for a moment. Now Rodden brings it up for Spring Hill. Broncos lead by 12. Herman inside to Bond. And she traveled. Spring Hill turns it over. Carly Neufeld back in for Baldwin. And the Bulldogs, yet again, I feel like we've said this a ton tonight, have it down by 12. It's been right here in this 10 to 12 point range, it seems like the majority of the second half.
Just haven't been able to get it much further than that. Haven't been able to really cut it down to that single digit and start chipping away. But here's your final opportunity, really, with a little over 4 minutes to go. You got to start chipping away now if you want a chance to win this thing.
Baldwin went on a 10-0 run to get the deficit down to 6 in the third quarter, late in the third quarter. But Spring Hill matched that with an 8-0 run to push the lead back up to 14, and it's kind of stayed right in that range ever since as the Bulldogs get called for a travel there, their 12th turnover. Certainly still time left here with 3:56 to go, down by 12, but it's just starting to creep in on you now, and that is another Spring Hill turnover as Bond lost that out of bounds. Spring Hill is not helping their cause with the turnovers now, 15 of them in this game. Baldwin trying to give it right back. Who's going to make the big shot? Reichert drives in, draws the foul.
I mean, Spring Hill, they find themselves in these situations where they're playing some really good defense, and if they just keep their hands up and out of the cookie jar, they probably wouldn't commit as many fouls, but they find themselves reaching in a few too many times and catching girls on the arm.
It's the fourth on Rotten. And Baldwin now just 12 out of 21 at the free throw line in this game, so they have not made Spring Hill pay for the foul issues. Delaney Hill checks in. First time the seniors come on the floor tonight. Replaces Rodden.
It's kind of a double-edged sword, if you will, from the Spring Hill perspective, though, because you want to still want the girls to be aggressive and play physically, and you don't want them to play timid, and you got such a deep team that you can be able to withstand some foul trouble, as we've seen. So maybe that's just a part of their style.
Yeah, that depth certainly makes it easier to handle those foul troubles. You're right. Bond has Hill wide open. Nobody was guarding her as Baldwin's got that full court press on right now, trying to make some plays happen, and Bond sets up Hill for the bucket. 49-36. 3.5 to go. Neufeld. Offensive foul. Hill had not stepped onto the floor until just moments ago, and she's already scored a bucket and forced a turnover by drawing the charge. Third foul on Neufeld. Full court pressure here from Baldwin, down by 13 with 3:22 to go. Spring Hill goes into Weber, and then she lost it, but it was poked out by Smith.
Whatever happens in this last 3:17, though, you got to admire Baldwin for battling back in this game. They could have just easily kind of rolled over and could have seen kind of the same score line as that first matchup between these two, but they battled back and made this a game.
Herman inside to Hill. Delaney got it back, and then she's fouled. Yeah, no question, this started out looking like a repeat performance of when the Bulldogs went to Spring Hill back on December 16th, but Baldwin has outscored Spring Hill over the course of the last 2.5 quarters. Just dug a huge hole to start this game as Spring Hill came out with the momentum off of their big win on Tuesday night when they put up 84 points, and it looked like they were on pace for a hundo tonight. It's slowed down since, but they have not relinquished their lead.
You kind of get the sense from the Spring Hill perspective that it's been pretty comfortable, though. They've never felt that threatened by the Baldwin runs they've been making. Like we mentioned, never really got it under 9 or 8 and gotten too close to get uncomfortable with things.
Yeah, and had a chance to until Spring Hill went on that 8-0 run to answer the 10-0 run by Baldwin. That was the one chance where Baldwin, it felt like, had the ropes tightened up on him, and that's a 3-point miss by Neufeld, but an offensive rebound by Lang, and a timeout taken by the Bulldogs with 2:40 to go. So down 14. Baldwin's going to have to knock down some shots here over the final 2:40. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
.240 left to play in the fourth. Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live. The Bulldogs trailing in this one, 50-36. Baldwin winners of 3 straight coming into play tonight. Spring Hill has won 6 of their last 7. They had a 5-game winning streak coming into the final game prior to this tournament when they lost on the road at Lawrence High for 63-46. That snapped their 5-game winning streak, but they got right back into their winning ways in the opening round of this tournament with an 84-28 victory over Wellsville. So 6 of 7 have got in the win column for Spring Hill. 3 straight for the Bulldogs of Baldwin. The winner moves on to face Hayden Catholic in the championship Saturday evening at 5 o'clock here in Wellsville. The loser of this game will get Nemaha Central in the 3rd place game at 3:15 on Saturday, and this is called a jump ball. Baldwin has the arrow. So they keep possession, down 14 here with 2:37 to go. Neufeld. Blocking foul on Rodden. Or check that on Hill. Two shots for Chloe Neufeld. 3 points in this game. 63% foul shooter this year. And Hill is fouled on the rebound. That will send us to the other end of the floor for free throws. Carly Toot with her 3rd foul. Two shots for Delaney Hill. 3 points, 2 rebounds. Didn't play until midway through this 4th quarter of this game, but she has made quite the impact since coming in. Foul on Weber, so we'll walk to the other end for free throws.
Maybe not the most entertaining basketball of all time, but we must follow the rules.
That's right. No changing them into rugby scrums and things like that like Ryan wants to do. So now Reichard will attempt 2 free throws.
They do have a free throw competition at the half times during these games, but
it's not designed to be in-game, you're saying?
Yeah, might have spilled over here late into this one. Kind of disappointed they don't have a three-point competition. Something they had back in my heyday in western Kansas.
Well, now we got double duty.
Yep. No sweat mopper-uppers here, so.
I think they just made it worse. Okay, there you can say there's a big old dust streak where they put the mop down. All right. all good.
Tell you what, though, if this score holds, Hayden's going to have their hands full tomorrow because Spring Hill's been playing pretty well all tournament long and going to be looking to repeat as champions. All indications on Saturday evening.
As Ryan said, if it holds, it would be a rematch. But Baldwin not ready to give up yet. Neufeld with a steal. Frost misses another three. Man, and they could use the shooting that they got out of Frost not last night, but on Tuesday night when she knocked down 6 of 10 threes. It's just not been there tonight, though, for Marin. Has not made a shot for the field in this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of just been the story of Baldwin this year is when they're making their outside shots, they can play with just about anybody. And when they're not, it's a little bit harder to find open looks and get things going offensively.
And it seems like they've had a tough time ever getting multiple shooters on the same night with Frost and Neufeld. If one's knocking them down, the other does not seem to be. And against a scoring team like Spring Hill, you kind of need everybody all hands on deck with the scoring side of it. And here comes Carly Neufeld back in as Isla Herman knocks down the free throw. Baldwin down 13 with 2 minutes to go, so there's still time to make a run here, but going to have to start making about every trip down count at this point. We have now had 53 free throws attempted in this game. Reichert very well could have had another one there as 3 people end up on the floor. First Hill, then Reichert, and then Busher ended up tumbling over Reichert. But count the bucket for Alyssa. And it is a 53-41 game with 1:45 to go. Well, the Bulldogs continue to try and make their late run in this game, but starting to run out of time here with 1:45 left to go. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bulldog Basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
53-41 Spring Hill, 1:45 left to play in the fourth quarter of this semifinal. Here's the upcoming broadcast schedule on Baldwin Sports Live. Saturday, 3:15 or 5. Third place game at 3:15. If Baldwin does not come back in this one, they'll play at 3:15. Championship game set for 5 o'clock on Saturday here in Wellsville. For the Spring Hill listeners and viewers tonight, that game will be on Spring Hill Sports Live. Either one, whether they're in the third place at the championship as well. We'll have the Baldwin game here on Baldwin Sports Live and the Spring Hill game on Spring Hill Sports Live. Find all the broadcasts throughout tournament week and beyond at varsitysportslive.com. 1:45 left to go in this one. Baldwin hoping they can have one final push. Spring Hill having a tough time getting this ball in, and they say they did not get it in time. 5-second violation. Chloe Neufeld will inbound. Into Carly Neufeld. She's open on the wing. Long rebound, and it's Weber who gets knocked to the floor after securing the board, so she'll head to the line for 2 more shots. The foul is called on Alyssa Reichert, her third. $18 points in this one from Weber after a 28-point effort in the opening game of the tournament. Now a free throw away from back-to-back 20-point games. And she's got it. Neufeld pops it from mid-range, gets it back, then lost it, tried to dribble out of traffic. Weber working the clock now. Foul on Lang. Delaney Hill will go to the line for 2 more. Free throw attempts number 30 and 31 of this game coming up for Spring Hill. Still a long ways off from the tournament record, though, if you were wondering, Ryan.
For free throw attempts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
52.
Oh, Lord, in one game?
In one game.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, here at the Top Gun tournament, St. Mary's shot 52 free throws in their game against Ottawa back in 2001.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, that's not the word I'd use. But I appreciate the sarcasm. 56-41. Spring Hill is headed back to the championship game where they will have a chance to defend their title against the team they beat in last year's Top Gun Tournament Championship, the Hayden Wildcats. Marin Frost knocks down a 3 with 30 seconds to go. Weber gets it across the timeline to Herman. Baldwin calling out no fouls. They're going to let the final 15 seconds tick off of this one. So good response after the Bulldogs fell down 23-4 to start this game. They actually outscored Spring Hill over the final 3 quarters in this one by 7. But that hot start for the Broncos is enough to propel them to the tournament championship, where they will face the Hayden Wildcats tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but on Saturday at 5 o'clock. 56-44 is the final. Spring Hill over Baldwin. We're back to wrap it up on the post-game show right after this.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs. Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
56-44 the final here in Wellsville tonight as Spring Hill gets the victory over the Baldwin Bulldogs. Spring Hill advances to the championship game to take on Hayden Catholic, and Baldwin will play in the third place game against Nemaha Central at 3:15 coming up on Saturday. And I was just telling Ryan, and I'm sure many of you are on the edge of your seat waiting to know about that free throw record I was talking about. And I was just telling Ryan, though, that the bad news is they have the record for the most free throws attempted in a game. St. Mary's did back in 2001 with 52, but they do not hold the record for the most made free throws in the game. So you'd like to think if you took 52 of them, you'd have the record for the most made free throws as well. But that is Anderson County from 1998 with 33. So we know that in that game they, at best, went 32 of 52. Could have been worse than that even, but
you'd still take that on any given night.
Yeah, that's like what, 63%-ish. So anyway, just for all the historians out there who wanted to know. It's time to name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game as the Bulldogs fall in this one 56-44. And tonight's Player of the Game with a new career-high 13 points, Emma Kate Lang, who has really started to come along with the offense. She has now scored double figures in 2 of the last 4 games. She's had at least 7 in 5 straight, averaging almost, in fact, just over 10 points a game now over the last 5. So starting to get a little scoring punch from the inside. Now they just need to be able to sync up the 2 outside shooters in Neufeld and Frost, get them both on the same night, and they'll become a tough team to corral. But tonight, our player of the game with a new career high 13 points to go along with 3 rebounds is Emma Kate Lang. Player of the game brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team. It's your future. Let's protect it, whether it's insurance, investments, wealth management, or financial planning. Farm Bureau is there to help you protect what matters most. On the other side of the timeout, we'll check the final numbers with New Frontier Tax and Business Services and wrap it up here on semifinal night from Wellsville in the Top Gun Tournament.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
(56-44) is the final. Spring Hill with a victory over the Baldwin Bulldogs tonight. Spring Hill on to the championship. Baldwin to the 3rd place game on Saturday. Let's check the numbers. Brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. They'll help you tackle tax season confidently this year and make sense of all those highly specific and complicated situations to meet your critical business needs, all with a minimal investment. Visit newfrontiertbs.com to learn more or call 785-594-1204. Spring Hill jumped out to a 23-4 lead at the end of the first quarter in this game. They led 19-2 early in that first quarter before Baldwin outscored the Broncos over the final 3 quarters. They trimmed it down to as little as 6 in the third quarter at 37-31 on a 10-0 run, but then an 8-0 run to answer by Spring Hill pushed it back up to double digits, and Baldwin would never get it below double digits again. They got it down to as little as 10 at one point after that, but Spring Hill able to hold on for their 9th win of the year, improving to 9-4, winners of 7 of their last 8. Baldwin dropping to 8-5, and for the second time this year, they have their 3-game win streak snapped at the hands of the Spring Hill Broncos. Leading the way on the scoring department tonight was 20 points from Jenna Weber, 48 points through 2 games. Has an outside shot now at setting or a tie if you're setting the all-time individual tournament scoring record here in Wellsville. 34 points is what she would need in the championship to tie the all-time single tournament scoring record. So that's in play anyway for Weber. It would obviously take a good game, but she's had 2 good ones so far, 28 and 20. Sydney Busher has also had a really nice tournament. 21 in the opener, 17 again tonight to go along with 9 rebounds to lead all players on the glass in this game. 5 points from Addison Bond, 5 from Isla Herman, 4 from Anna LaPlante, 4 from Delaney Hill as well for the Broncos, who made 21 out of 31 free throws in this game to help propel them to the 12-point victory. For the Baldwin Bulldogs, leading scorers tonight were Neufeld and Lang. Carly with 13, Emma Kate with 13 as well. Alyssa Reichard added 8, Marin Frost with 4, Chloe Neufeld with 4, and Bailey Smith with 1. Reichard led the team on the glass with a career-high tying 8 rebounds in this game. Baldwin 16 of 26 at the free throw line for their part. They actually won the turnover battle in this game, but unfortunately still come out on the wrong end of the final score. 56-44 is that final. So once again, Spring Hill, 5 o'clock ish. It'll be the third game in a row here in this gym, so it could get pushed back a little later than that. But it's scheduled for 5 o'clock. Championship against the Hayden Catholic Wildcats, a rematch of last year's title game, which Spring Hill won 55-47. We'll have that broadcast for you on Spring Hill Sports Live channel on Saturday. And Baldwin will be in the third-place game, scheduled for a 3:15 tip against Nemaha Central, a rematch of the 2019 championship game here at this Wellsville Top Gun tournament. But that'll be the third-place game this time around, 3:15 right here on Baldwin Sports Live. For Ryan Hilmer, I'm Bryce Kessler. Thanks for joining us tonight for semifinal action. Your final once again, Spring Hill 56, Baldwin 44. Bulldog basketball is presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.